Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? I am doing something a little bit different for today's workout video. It's not gonna be high intensity, it's not gonna be crazy. We're actually gonna slow the pace down a little bit and do an easy, beginner-friendly yoga flow. I didn't even leave my apartment for this one because I want you to see that you can do yoga anywhere at all. And I know there's some misconceptions about yoga that you've gotta be super flexible, you've gotta be super bendy, you've gotta be okay with having something really, really boring. All things that I personally thought in the past, but as it turns out, yoga is great because it's nice sometimes to take a step back, slow things down, really work out your muscles, and it's not just stretching. There's a lot of strength building that can be found in yoga. So today I'm gonna guide you through an easy beginner-friendly flow. This is perfect to do on recovery days, on days where you really just don't feel like leaving the house. You could have your Netflix on or something in the background and try this one out because I really think you're gonna enjoy it. Leave me a comment below actually and let me know what you think of it.
So first you're going to come into a nice tabletop position and get ready for some cat-cow. So this is just warming up the spine and connecting to your breath here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a nice big inhale and push your back up to the ceiling. That's the cat. And then drop the belly while you exhale. That's the cow. I like to do this at my own pace, just inhaling and exhaling and seeing if I can really arch my back when I inhale and then really drop my belly when I exhale. Take your time in this one and go slow. What's also nice is this is a good part to start beginning your Ujjayi breathing, which is where you're going to seal your lips and begin breathing just through the nose. Now you'll begin here by taking a gentle twist up to the right and then a gentle twist up to the left. Everything here is still warming up the body, so you don't want to feel like you're forcing anything. Drop that right shoulder down to the ground and get a nice stretch there. Really breathe into that and try and stick your butt up to the sky so you can really get into that shoulder. And then drop your left arm to the ground. And here, look up underneath that right shoulder and stick your butt up to get into that shoulder area. Take a nice inhale and stick your right leg back, bring it back down, and an inhale, bring your left leg back, pointing through the toe. Everything is just still warming up here. Reach the right arm forward. Bring that back down, reach your left arm forward, and you're looking down the entire time too. Now, how about bringing opposite leg and arm up at the same time? So my right arm and my left leg, and now my left arm and my right leg, pointing through the toe and extending through the finger. Now you're going to curl your toes under and prepare for your first downward dog. Now in your first downward dog, you're going to pedal out your feet here. This is going to warm up the calves and the hamstrings. And once you feel like you're in that good position, stare between the feet and begin walking your feet towards your hands. Now you want to just ragdoll here. So you want to just hang over heavy. Really start to pedal out the feet, one, then the other. Just stretch into those hamstrings. And if your hands can't touch the ground, that's okay. You can clasp opposite elbows and rock from side to side here. Just go at your own pace, making sure you're inhaling and you're exhaling the entire time. Put your hands back onto the ground and do that same twist, opening up to the right, trying to follow your eyes with your hand. Breathing into that. And now open up to the left. And you can always have a pillow or a block or something on the ground if you can't quite get your hand to touch the ground, especially in the beginning here. Now, one vertebrae at a time, slowly rise up to standing. Take a nice deep breath and raise the arms overhead. On the exhale, do a nice chest opener here. That's called cactus arms. So you're going to bring your arms out almost like goalposts. Back up, and now we twist to the right, really getting into that right side, and then moving over to the left. Take another inhale, up to the sky, and fold forward. Hands touch down, come up halfway, back down to the ground, and step out into a high plank position. Really rock back and forth here in plank. And when you're ready, do your first chaturanga. So you're going to come down, go into an upward facing dog, and push back into a downward facing dog. And you might feel as though you're a bit more open this time because you've warmed up a bit. Come up high on the balls of your feet and slowly walk towards your hands. Take a nice inhale, come up halfway, exhale to release, and then on the inhale, rise all the way back up to standing. Hands touch at the top. When you exhale, do a baby back bend, bringing those arms out to 90 degrees. Inhale, lean over to one side. I'm going to my right first. Inhale back to center, over to the left. Really trying to get into that side body. On the exhale, bring your hands down to your side. Do this again. Take a nice deep inhale, look up, and fold through the middle. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back into chaturanga or do a little hop. Go down, come halfway up for that upward facing dog. Push back into downward facing dog. Settle into it. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Step it forward. You're now in a high lunge. Come up to a crescent. Hold this, making sure both of your legs are strong. Open up into that warrior two position. You want to have your arch and your heel in alignment here. Reverse the warrior, making sure to take a breath there to pause. Come back out to warrior two. And now do extended side angle. So I've got my right arm on my right leg and I'm really reaching over with the left side. Come back up to that warrior two position. Bring the hands back down to the ground, and if you can, when you go into your next chaturanga, try and keep that right leg off the ground. Push back into downward dog. Take a nice deep breath, and we do the left side. So the left leg comes up, step it through the hands, come up into that high lunge to crescent. Pause for a moment to really get your balance. Open up to that warrior two, making sure that your heel and the arch of your right foot are in alignment. Reverse the warrior, really getting into that left side body. Back up to warrior two, and then the extended side angle. So here you can see I'm raising my right arm up and over, but I'm resting my left side on my left leg. Back to warrior two. Hands come back down, step back into plank, and do the chaturanga if you can with that left leg in the air. Upward dog to downward dog. And hold. Inhale and exhale. Right leg comes up this time. I'm going to step it through, but I'm going to go wide here. I'm stepping it onto the outer edge of my mat so I can take a nice deep twist here. So my left arm is anchored to the ground. My right arm is up and twisting. I'm spinning my heart open to the sky. Bring my right hand back down, step back out, push back into that downward facing dog position. Left leg comes up into the air. Step it wide onto the edge of your mat and really open up to the left. So that left arm is reaching and you're really reaching your heart to the sky here. Left hand comes back down. Left leg goes back, push back into that downward dog position. And every time I'm in downward dog, I always stare at the space in between my feet. That allows me to really focus. Begin to walk your feet towards your hands again and hang. I like to grab opposite elbows, do the opposite grip that you did last time, and really hang over those feet. Release your hands, try and get into a nice stretch. Halfway lift on the inhale, exhale, fold over. Inhale, rise all the way to the top, and exhale, come down. Utkatasana, that's chair pose, so sit back into that squat, arms up, fold over, hands touch down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back into chaturanga. That's that high plank going into low plank. Upward facing dog, we inhale, and downward facing dog, we exhale. Right leg to the sky, step it forward and across. So now your right shin is going to be parallel to the top of your mat. We're going to come into a pigeon pose. This is a beautiful hip opener here. If you're able to, put your hands in prayer right at your chest. Make sure that your left leg is active here, so it's really still reaching back, although you are sinking into those hips. And you want to focus on getting that right leg, that right shin, parallel to the edge of your mat. If it feels good, go down onto your elbows and relax. Really make sure you're inhaling and you're exhaling here, pushing into the hip on that side. After a few breaths, come back up to your hands. Curl your left toes under. I like to go back into a three-legged dog to let that blood flow, and then step back. Now we're back still on the right side into that crescent lunge to warrior two. Straighten out that leg and go into a triangle pose. Everything now on the right side. You want to try and reach that right hand down to the right ankle. Come back up, re-bend into warrior two. Step back, if you can still do it, three-legged chaturanga. Push back into downward facing dog. We're going to repeat that sequence on the left side, so left leg goes up, parallel to the mat. Notice how I'm trying to keep that left leg in line with the edge of my mat, and I'm still reaching back with the right leg too, because it's still an active pose. My hands are in prayer as I settle and get my balance, and then once I'm ready, I'll take my forearms and come down to the ground. Join me when you're ready. Make sure in a pose like this that you are inhaling and exhaling the entire time. Really trying to sink lower into those hips every time you exhale. The foot on the right leg should be pointing back, and you should not feel any pain at all, just a nice stretch into that left hip. Come back up to your hands, curl the right toes under, kick the left leg back for that three-legged dog, and then step it forward. We're into that high lunge, crescent lunge position. We open up to our warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg, and go into our triangle. Now here, I'm sliding the left hand down the left leg and reaching up with the right. Notice my foot position. My right foot faces forward. My left foot is parallel to the mat. Come back up, re-bend into that warrior two. Spin the hands down to the ground and go into our chaturanga. At this point, you can always remove the push-up and upward dog and just push right back into downward dog if that's easier for you. Now we're going to walk the hands back to our feet. See if you can keep your hands on the ground as much as possible, even if it's just fingertips. Open up the feet, so you're going to heel toe them to the width of the mat and bend over again. A nice little different feeling here. We're going to go into Malasana, so we're going to go into a squat position. Now you can only go into a squat position where you're able to still keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. So if you're starting to notice that your feet are coming up, just raise up a bit. I'm going to do some twisting here. I'm opening up to the right, resetting myself. Then I'm going to open up to the left. And every time I twist, I keep that opposite hand on the ground to keep me balanced. Step back up here. Heel toe your feet back together. Fold over one more time. And on the inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Exhale, prayer comes through the center. Thank you for all of your hard work. Now's the time to relax. Namaste.
All right, guys, so after that yoga flow, you might want to relax for a little bit. There's something called Shavasana where you would just lay its final resting pose. You're welcome to do that at the end of this and just chill out and adore yourself in all of your newfound bliss. Namaste, my friends. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Insta. I'll see you guys next time.